What's going on, guys? Welcome back to BlackTideTV. My voice has come back and I can talk a little bit better now, so we're going to be doing the hero gear and how to get the hero gear faster in Call of Duty Black Ops 3 today. So right before I lost my voice, I did make a commentary on this and I got it all the way uploaded to YouTube. I was about to click publish and I rewatched it and I just didn't care for it. It wasn't that great. The commentary wasn't amazing. It didn't really get the thoughts through very clearly, and it just was, I didn't like it. So I'm completely reworking it today. We're redoing a full new commentary. It's the same gameplay that I was using, but it's going to be a brand new commentary. Before I get into that commentary on how to get the hero gear faster, I'm just going to talk about the gameplay really quick. In this gameplay, I am using the Razorback, and I'm going to go really well. I think I went like 41 and 15 if I'm not mistaken. And I'm actually going to get 12 Ripper kills. I am using the Ripper in this gameplay, and we're going to talk about how I got 12 instead of 6 and what that kind of means later on in this video. That's probably going to be like the last thing that we're going to touch on, because it's not super important, but it's not, but it is still pretty important before you start trying to go really hard on getting this hero gear. So I did get 12 Ripper kills, and you're going to see right at the very end of this video, I'm going to go on a frenzy kill. But within that frenzy kill, I'm actually going to complete one of the Dark Ops challenges, and that's not the frenzy kill Dark Ops challenge. It's actually the finish the job Dark Ops challenge, and I just wanted to point that out to you guys, that is one of the hardest Dark Ops challenges to do, because you just have to have pure luck to get it done. Basically, what you have to do to get it done is an enemy on the other team has to take damage from 5 other teammates in one life, survive, and then you have to kill them. So it's very tricky to do, and I did actually manage to do that towards the end of this video. Just keep an eye out for that one. It is pretty cool when I got that. So what we're going to talk about today is getting that hero gear faster, how to use your specialists to the best of their ability, and get either 6 kills with a specialist weapon in a single game 6 times, or get 4 kills with the specialist ability in a single game 4 times. That's what you have to do to get the hero gear unlocked. Before we get into a little bit of that, I thought the hero gear was going to be harder to unlock. I was definitely anticipating triple kills with the hero gear to get, or triple kill challenges to get the hero gear unlocked, and I'm kind of surprised that it's just 6 kills in one game or 4 kills in one game, because when you actually use the stuff that I'm going to tell you today, it's pretty easy with a lot of the specialists to get it done. There are a couple specialists that I just hate, or specialists that are just unrealistic for getting this challenge done. There are a couple that are just ridiculously hard to get it done, and then there's some that you'll just fly through and get it done in 4 or 6 games, depending on if you're using the weapon or the ability. So the first thing you need to do before you start this challenge is you need to know your specialist. You need to, obviously you're going to complete all of your specialist challenges. You're going to get double kills with everything, and that may or may not bring you to the point where you're comfortable with using each specialist. I know I'm not comfortable with using each specialist yet. I don't like the rejack. I don't like the glitch. I'm just not comfortable using those ones, and it's going to be really hard for me to get my specialist gear, or my hero gear for those specialists. So you have to be really comfortable with each of your specialists. You have to know what you're doing with your weapons and abilities. The second thing you should be doing when you're trying to get this challenge done is using comfortable weapons. Don't be trying to go for dark matter camo at the same time that you're going for hero gear. You're going to want to use weapons that you're very comfortable with, weapons that you know you can get a kill with, because the third thing you need to do is play the best game that you possibly can. That's why I'm using the Razorback. I'm the best with the Razorback. It is my favorite SMG in the game, and I just completely melt people with the Razorback. This gameplay that you're watching right now is like the 6th in a row where I got over 30 kills and under 20 deaths. I rape with the Razorback, and you need to use a weapon that you're very comfortable with using. You can't use crappy weapons, like stupid weapons that you're trying to get camos on. Use a weapon that you're really good at, because you need to basically come in first every single game if you want to be able to do this specialist gear. To do the specialist gear, you need to be trying as hard as you possibly can. You need to be earning as much score as you can, so you can earn as many specialist uses in a single game as you can. Now there's 2 methods to getting your hero gear unlocked with the specialists. You can play them both in ground war, so I highly recommend that you play ground war when you're trying to get your specialists done. you need to either be playing Team Deathmatch, or you can be playing the Domination or Safeguard modes in Ground War. So let's go with Team Deathmatch first. In Team Deathmatch, your specialist is going to charge a lot faster. Now that's good because the game is going to be a lot shorter. A Team Deathmatch game, even in Ground War, will only take about 6 minutes to complete. So you're going to have to earn your specialists really fast and use them really fast. You're going to have to get about 3 kills with each use of your specialist if you're going for the weapon, or 2 with each use of the ability if you're going to be doing it in Team Deathmatch. Now, your specialist will charge a lot faster in Team Deathmatch, so that can be a good side, but you won't be able to use it as much, so that could be the bad side of that as well. If you're not comfortable with using the specialist to get like 2 or 3 kills in a single specialist use, you might have a little bit of trouble on Team Deathmatch. Now, my preferred method is Domination or Safeguard. Safeguard especially because it can take like 20 minutes to complete a Safeguard match if the full time is allotted. If it takes 5 minutes for every single round to go through and you go into overtime, it can take a ridiculous amount of time to finish a Safeguard match. And in 4 rounds of a Safeguard match at 5 minutes each, you can earn like 6 specialist uses. So the Safeguard game mode is probably the best game mode, especially on Ground War, which we're going to talk about in a second. But because it's going to have a longer game, like Domination and Safeguard, their game modes are going to be a lot longer, and you're going to be able to use your specialist a lot more. You're not going to be charging it as fast, but you will be earning it more. So that means you're going to get like 3 more, and on average, if you're playing a full game of Safeguard, you're going to get like 3 more specialist uses. If you're playing Domination, you're going to get 2 specialist uses for each round of Domination. So that's 2 rounds times 2 is 4. You're going to get 4 specialist uses with by playing Domination. So you're going to have a slower charge, but you will be able to use it more. And secondly, for Domination and Safeguard, you're going to have tightly grouped enemies. So if you're going to be using your weapons or you're going to be using your abilities and you need to get like multi-kills with your weapons or abilities, there's going to be tightly grouped enemies around the objective. They're going to be easier to kill. Whereas in Team Deathmatch, you're not really sure where everyone's going to be at one point. Now, why are we playing Ground War? It's simple mathematics. There's going to be more people per square inch of the map than in regular game modes. In regular game modes, you're playing against 6 enemies. Ground War, you're playing against 9 enemies. There's a better chance that you're going to get a multi-kill with your specialist weapons. If it's randomly or if it's on purpose, you will be getting more kills per specialist use if you are using your if you are playing Ground War. So that's one of the things that Ground War is really great at, is that it just gets you, there's a lot more people to kill in a single use of your specialist. Now, those are your 2 methods. You can use either one, whatever one you're comfortable with. Like I said, I prefer Safeguard or Domination, but make sure you're playing Ground War. One more thing that you should know before you start this challenge is the number 1 thing that you need to be using for this challenge. It's apart from using the specialist that you're comfortable with, apart from using a weapon that you're comfortable with, apart from beating the game at like being the number 1 player in the game, the number 1 thing that you really need to do, I would never ever try this challenge without doing, is equipping Overclock. Overclock makes your specialist abilities and weapons charge faster. Obviously, you're going to be using Overclock. It is just a completely overpowered perk for this ability. It's a perk 1. If you're unaware, it unlocks at level 20, and I'd actually permanently unlock this one if you're still low in your prestige unlocks. I'd permanently unlock this one for all times because it's god tier when you're doing this challenge, and I would never ever try this challenge without putting Overclock on every single one of my classes. Right now, I'm just going strictly for hero gear. Every single one of my 10 classes has Overclock on it, and I would highly recommend it. The last thing, what I said at the very beginning, what that we'll be coming back to, is kills don't stack in this game. I got 12 Ripper kills in this gameplay, and I only got 1 out of 6 of my games completed in this gameplay. So you do need 6 kills with the Ripper, for example, in a single game to earn 1 out of 6 games completed. I got 12 kills. I figured, oh man, that's great. I'm going to be able to be at 2 out of 6. It doesn't work that way. That's one last thing that you need to know. So Overclock, Ground War, play one of Team Deathmatch or Domination or Safeguard. But Ground War especially, be the best that you can be. Use a weapon that you're comfortable with. Thanks a lot for watching this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Enter that 300 subscriber giveaway down in the description. And I'll see you guys on the next video.